after the shoes are crocheted. Then it's time to crochet the legs. There are two identical ones. Both are crocheted in rounds upwards along the shoes. Now, let's dive in. Before working, cut a piece of shaping wire about 50 centimeters long. Fold it in half. Then place the folded part inside the shoe. Next, stuff some fiberfill inside. You can use scissors to help. Then take the corresponding color yarn. Join the yarn and crochet the first round. Make a beginning chain. Then crochet 4 single crochets. After that, crochet 3 single crochet decreases. Then crochet 3 more single crochets. Finally, finish with a slip stitch. That completes the first round. Now move on to the second round. Make a beginning chain. For this round, only pick up the back loops and crochet. Work this round completely. After completion, finish with a slip stitch. That completes the second round. Pay attention to refer to the chart for color changes while crocheting, and stuff as you go for the following parts. After finishing, leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn. Then crochet another leg using the same method. That concludes the legs. Next, let's make the leg decorations. Join the yarn at the remaining half loops corresponding to the circle number on the leg. Now, let's dive in. Take the same color yarn as the other shoe. Start by joining the yarn on the first round of the leg, at the remaining half loops. Join the yarn in any stitch. Turn the leg downward. Then work a single crochet in the same stitch, where you joined the yarn. Chain 1. Next, work into the adjacent stitch. Work a double crochet. Then make a CH1 picket. Start with a chain. Pick up the strand in front and the strand below. Make a slip stitch. Next, work another double crochet in the same stitch. After completing it, chain 1. Work a single crochet in the adjacent stitch. Chain 1. Continue by working a double crochet in the next adjacent stitch. Work a picket with 1 chain. Then work another double crochet in the same position. Continue crocheting downward. Complete this round entirely. After finishing the last chain, join with a slip stitch to the first single crochet. Tighten it. Then leave a yarn tail of about 20 centimeters and cut the yarn. Thread the reserved yarn tail into a sewing needle. Then weave in each protruding end here. Slightly secure it to the shoe. Bring the yarn tail to the corresponding position from the wrong side. Then glue a pom-pom onto each point of the lace trim. Then follow the same method. And complete the decoration for the other leg as well. That concludes the leg decorations. Next, let's crochet the body. Crochet upwards along the two legs. While crocheting, you'll need to join the arms. Now, let's dive in. Take one leg. Join yarn at the 6th stitch. Then crochet 6 chains. Next, take the other leg. Insert the hook into the 2nd stitch. Crochet the corresponding number of single crochets. The yarn tail here can be placed inside the leg for stuffing, or you can weave it in. When you reach the chain position, pick up 1-2 strands of the chain and make a single crochet. After completion, continue crocheting the other leg. Weave in the ends. Then pick up the remaining 1-2 strands of the chain and crochet a single crochet. After finishing, join with a slip stitch to the first stitch. Tighten. That completes the first round. Next, follow the chart to crochet until the end of the 11th round. After completing the first 11 rounds, add stuffing. Now let's crochet the 12th round. Here I'll demonstrate with a sample swatch. The number of rounds is not for reference. Make a slip knot as the beginning chain. Crochet 3 single crochets first. Then take out one arm. Start with a single crochet decrease. Then crochet 5 single crochets. Follow up with another single crochet decrease. Then crochet 9 single crochets. Then take out the other arm. Start with a single crochet decrease. Then crochet 5 single crochets. Follow up with another single crochet decrease. Finally, crochet 6 single crochets. After completion, finish with a slip stitch. That's how you complete the 12th round. Next, refer to the chart and crochet the 13th round as well. After finishing the 13th round, insert shaping wires into the arms. First, fit them well with both arms. Then fold it in half. Cut off the excess part. Next, thread both ends into the arms. You can pass through the middle of the shaping wire here. Twist the shaping wire here. This way, the shaping wire is installed. Moving forward, everyone follow the chart. Crochet the third to last round of the body. When crocheting, stuff as you go. Leave the excess wire alone for now. When there are 2 rounds left, leave 2 shaping wires and cut them off. Then finish crocheting the remaining 2 rounds. After completing the last round, leave the shaping wire about 2-3 centimeters and cut it. If there are holes under the arms, take the same color yarn as the body. and sew up this area. Tie both yarn tails into a simple knot. Weave in the yarn tails inside the body. Also hide the other yarn tail inside the body. For the other armhole, sew it up in the same way. Up to this point, we have covered everything about the main piece. This completes the body. Next, let's start crocheting the head. Before working, put the sweater on first. Make sure the side with the bow is facing forward. Following the chart, crochet all the way down to round 13. Below, I will use this sample swatch. Demonstrate how to sew the pad. Before sewing, cut and bend the wire first. Then sew the pad. Sew with the right side of the pad facing up. Follow along the stitches of the pad and the second round of stitches on the head to sew them together. After sewing, hide the yarn tail. This completes the sewing of the pad. Continue following the chart to finish crocheting the remaining part of the head. Pay attention to change colors according to the positions on the chart. After crocheting, leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn, then weave in the ends. That concludes the explanation of the head. Next, let's talk about the straps. There are two identical straps. The crocheting method is the same, only the color schemes are different. Both start with the foundation chain. Crochet along the starting chain. Now, let's demonstrate. First, cast on the corresponding number of chains according to the chart. Before crocheting, you can leave about a 15 centimeters tail. When casting on, you can also compare it with the body for reference. Once the length fits properly, start crocheting the first row. Let's take a look first. On the back of the chains, there are horizontal lines like these. These are the carrying yarn lines of the chains. This indicates that you should begin crocheting from the second to last stitch of the starting chain. 1, 2, it's this stitch here. Pick up the carrying yarn on the back and work a single crochet. Finish crocheting this entire row. After completing, leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn. That's it, this strap is now done. Everyone can follow the same method, and make another one with a different color. Once the straps are finished, sew them onto the pants. Count from about the middle towards the edge. Leave an interval of about 3 stitches. Then sew together. Now, let's dive in. Thread the reserved yarn tail into a sewing needle. Here I'll demonstrate with a small sample. The number of stitches and rounds are not for reference, only the sewing method will be demonstrated. Sew from the inside of the leg. After sewing, tie off the yarn tail and hide it. Also hide the reserved yarn tail. Then take the same color yarn as the strap, sew the back part together. Secure the yarn tail on the strap first. Pay attention not to twist the strap. Similarly, sew from the inside of the leg. You can sew a few more stitches if you like. After sewing, tie off the yarn tail and hide it inside. That's how you sew one strap. Next, crochet the other strap. Then sew it in the symmetrical position. That concludes the entire process for the straps. Finally, let's make the decorations. Start by sewing the metal frame. Sew at the head's opening position. Use the same color yarn as the last round of the head. Pull out 2 strands to sew together. Below, I'll demonstrate the method with a small sample. Other parts are not referenced here. The coin purse has these kinds of holes. The side with the pattern is the right side. The other side is the wrong side. When sewing, make sure the right side of the coin purse faces out. Place it at the head's opening position. Put the edge of the fabric inside the coin purse. Ensure the silver beads of the coin purse face forward. Mark the positions on both sides of the head. Match them with the connection points on both sides of the coin purse. For convenience in sewing, you can secure a few points first. When securing, pay attention to tucking the last round of the fabric as far into the coin purse as possible. Make sure to keep the final round of stitches tucked inside the coin purse while fastening. The marked positions must correspond to each other. This prevents the coin purse from being misaligned with the body. Now the coin purse and fabric are secured in place. Next, we start sewing. For the actual project, use the same color thread as the last few rounds of the head. In the sample, for easier viewing, I'll demonstrate using a different color. Cut a length of yarn, about 3 times the circumference of the coin purse. Thread 2 strands through a thin needle. Tie a knot at the end of the yarn. Use the backstitch sewing method to sew. The sewing method for both sides of the coin purse is the same. I'll demonstrate using one side as an example. Insert the needle from behind, coming out on the right side of the coin purse. Start by leaving a little yarn tail. Then insert the needle into the first hole, on the left side of the coin purse. Pass it through the corresponding position on the fabric at the same time. Make sure the fabric is fully inserted inside the coin purse. Pull the needle through the reserved loop. Tighten the yarn. You can sew another stitch in the same position to secure it. After completing that, continue by inserting the needle from the left side of the fabric. Exit through the next hole on the coin purse. Then go back and insert the needle into the previous hole. Pull tight. This creates a small segment. Continue downward. Exit from the hole on the left side of this segment. Make sure you don't skip any parts of the fabric piece. Insert the needle into the hole on the right side again. Pull tight. This way, you create another small segment. This back and forth sewing method is called backstitching. Repeat this process. Continue sewing downward. When you reach the securing spot, you can remove the fixing thread. Make sure to adjust the position while sewing. Ensure the fabric pieces are evenly distributed. Make sure there's no shifting. Continue sewing downward. Sew the small segments at the last two holes on this side. Move down and sew again on the left side of the fabric. Pull tight. When you reach the space between the fabrics, there's no need to sew here. You can remove the marker. Take the thread through the inside of the fabric and bring it out to the other side at the clasp position. Tidy up the fabric. Exit from the right side of the clasp position. Continue picking chain spaces and sew small segments. The method is the same as on this side. It's relatively simple. Just complete it. After finishing, tie off and weave in the ends. Remove the marker. This way, the clasp is sewn on properly. Next, let's make the facial features. It consists of the eyes, eyebrows, nose, ears, and mouth. Let's start with the eyes. The eyes are roughly centered on the front of the head. Attach them between rounds 14 and 18. Leave about 9 stitches as the interval between the two eyes. I'll demonstrate below using a small sample. Take one eye. Apply glue on the wrong side. If you want it to be more secure, you can also use a glue stick to attach it. Find the corresponding round number on the head. That's it for one eye. Do the other one in the same way, attaching it in a symmetrical position. That concludes the eyes. Next, let's make the eyebrows. Use the corresponding color yarn for the eyebrows. It is attached. When attaching, you can bend it to form this kind of curve. Attach it one round above the eyes. Below, I will demonstrate with a sample swatch. First, cut a piece of yarn, about 3 centimeters in the corresponding color. Then apply a small amount of glue. Attach it one round above the eyes. You can use a sewing needle to assist. Bend it to create the arc. That's it for one eyebrow. For the other eyebrow, attach it above the other eye. That concludes the eyebrows. Next, let's attach the nose. The nose is attached between the two eyes. After attaching the nose, glue the mouth 2 rounds below the nose. That concludes the nose and mouth. Next, let's talk about the ears. There are 2 identical ears. Both are started with the adjustable magic ring. Work back and forth along the magic ring. The stitch technique used is the TV half double crochet increase. Now, let's dive in. Start with a magic ring. Then work 5 single crochets into the magic ring loop. Begin with a chain 1 as the beginning chain. After completing, pull the loop tight. That completes the first row. Next, let's work on the second row. Start with a chain 1 as the turning chain. Turn the work. Start with a single crochet increase. Then work 3 half double crochet increases. Let's start with the first one. That means working 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. After finishing, work 2 more. After completing those, work 1 single crochet increase. Finally, leave a tail of about 20 centimeters and fasten off the yarn. Tuck the starting tail along the wrong side of the second row. That completes one ear. Next, sew the ear slightly below the metal frame. Attach it to rounds 17 through 21 of the head. Make sure the second row of the ear faces forward on the right side. There's no specific requirement for the sewing method, just make sure it's secure. Below, I'll demonstrate one way to do it. First, thread the reserved tail of the ear into a yarn needle. Then sew it by matching up with the corresponding rounds. After finishing, tie a knot and weave in the ends. That completes sewing one ear. Next, everyone follows the same method and crochets the other ear. Then sew it onto the symmetrical position as well. That concludes the ears. Up to this point, we've also finished the facial features. Now let's move on to crocheting the hair. It consists of the bangs in the front and the hair at the back. Let's start with the bangs. We will start with foundation chain and crochet the hair strand along the starting chain. Now, let's dive in. Start with a chain. I've already prepared the starting chain here. The sample swatch has fewer stitches for demonstration. Refer to the chart for the exact number of stitches. Next, crochet the hair strand. First, make the corresponding number of chains. Then, work the corresponding number of half double crochets, starting from the fourth chain from the hook. After completing, make a slip stitch in the third chain from the end of the starting chain. That is, the third chain from the left side of the half double crochets. That's it for the first hair strand. Now let's move on to the second hair strand. First, crochet the corresponding number of chains. Then, starting from the fourth chain from the hook, work the corresponding number of half double crochets. Next, slip stitch into the spot that is separated by 2 stitches from the previous slip stitch. Make a slip stitch there. And that completes the second hair strand. Continue working and refer to the chart for the rest. After completing the last hair strand, leave a bit of tail and fasten off the yarn, then weave in the ends. That concludes the crocheting of the hair strands. Once done, attach the bangs to the front of the head. Before gluing, you can add some stuffing inside the piece. Include a little filling material. This will make the main part more firmly stuffed. At the top here, align it with the color change and stitch insertion point. After confirming the position, you can first secure the middle part with a glue stick. Leave 1-2 centimeters of the hair strands unglued. The outermost edge should be in front of the ears. On the side near the eyebrows, you can leave slightly more space. Moving downward, refer to the finished product, or attach the hair strands according to your personal preference. That concludes the explanation for the bangs at the front. Next, let's talk about the hair at the back. The crocheting method is similar to that of the bangs. The only difference is the stitch count. Everyone, follow the method we learned earlier. Refer to the chart and crochet the hair at the back as well. After crocheting, attach it to the back of the head. Similarly, before attaching, you can add some stuffing into the bag. This will make the main part more firm and full. Make sure to confirm the position before gluing. At the bottom, leave about 2 centimeters unglued. That concludes the explanation for the hair at the back. Up to this point, we have covered all the hair. Next, let's crochet the rabbit ears. There are 2 identical ones. Both start with the adjust magic ring. Work in rounds along the magic ring. Then, everyone refer to the chart and crochet them. After crocheting, leave about a 20 centimeters yarn tail before cutting the yarn. Once completed, sew them onto the front of the head. Now, let's dive in. Here, I will demonstrate using a sample swatch. The small sample is not for reference. It's only to demonstrate the method. Everyone should follow the actual project in your hands. Thread the reserved yarn tail into a darning needle. There's no specific requirement for the sewing technique. Just make sure it's sewn securely. While sewing, press the base of the ear flat and stitch it. After sewing, weave in the ends to hide the yarn tails. And that's how you sew one rabbit ear. Next, everyone crochet and sew the other rabbit ear as well. That concludes the explanation of the rabbit ears. Now let's move on to crocheting the strap. Use the same color yarn as one of the pant legs to crochet a braid. Now, let's dive in. Let's take a look first. There are 2 yarn tails at both the center and the outside of the ball of yarn. The strap needs to be crocheted by combining these 2 ends together. Any reference to one strand later on actually means these 2 strands held together. Both threads are used as one throughout the process. I won't repeat this again. Before crocheting, leave about 20 centimeters of yarn tail. Hang the yarn with your left hand. Cast on and crochet 1 chain. Then make 1 beginning chain to start. Next, on the starting chain, pick its back loop. That is, the strand farther from you. And work 1 single crochet. Then turn the piece clockwise. You can see 2 parallel strands of yarn below. Pick up these 2 strands with the hook. Yarn over and draw the yarn through. Yarn over again, and pull through all loops on the hook. Another single crochet is completed. Continue to turn the piece clockwise. On the left side, there are 2 parallel strands. Pick up these 2 strands and work 1 single crochet. Turn the piece again. Then pick up the 2 parallel strands. Work 1 single crochet. Now let's take a look. The crochet pattern for the back is as follows. Every time you flip the piece, pick up 2 parallel strands and work 1 single crochet. Continue crocheting according to this pattern. Refer to the paper instructions for the exact length, or adjust according to the actual situation. My sample swatch is shorter in length. The main focus is on explaining the technique. After completing, secure with 1 chain. Leave about 20 centimeters of the yarn tail and cut. Pull it out. And tighten. The strap is now crocheted. Next, attach the strap to the metal frame bag. I'll demonstrate the installation method using this solid color swatch. Let's take a look. There are small loops on both sides of the metal frame. First, thread the 2 yarn tails from one side of the strap into a sewing needle. Insert it through a small hole. Sew to secure it in place. Stitch a few more times to make sure it's fixed. Tie a double knot. Weave in the ends. That's it, this side of the strap is now attached. Attach the other side of the strap using the same method. I will not repeat the demonstration. After everything is done, you can add personal touches on both sides of the eyes, around the ear position, and the bunny ear area by applying some blush. Up to this point, we've covered everything about this coin purse. If you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to reach us via our website. Susan's Family, supporting your handwork experience, sharing the joy of life. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next episode.